So we'll get into Class 5A, and we'll discuss the 5A rankings here in a moment. Again, our rankings being presented here by ScoreStream. So we're talking about all the rankings here, going through 1A through 4A. We're going into Class 5A, and we're going to talk 5 on the bubble because we increased this on the 5 on the bubble.
Speaking of loaded.
5 on the bubble. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
5 on the bubble here.
Look at those teams.
Man, this is Class 5A. Class 5A went from probably kind of somewhat, maybe a little bit not as loaded as what thing, but now it's went loaded. Class 5A just went boom.
It really did. Look at
especially in the north when we get into the top 10 here. But
because you look at those 5. I mean, West Florida, Baker County was 9-2 last year. Nature Coast was a playoff team. Palm Bay is.
These are all playoff teams we're talking from last year here, folks. I mean,
they're on the bubble.
I mean, West Florida, River Ridge, Baker County, Nature Coast, Palm Bay, all these teams right now, 5 on the bubble. They're right there. They're pretty much basically they are. They're teams that we're watching. Hey, they're not being discounted. So that's the thing. And
right.
Again, tomorrow on FloatHSFootball.com, we'll actually show you the breakdown region by region of the FHA regions and each of all the classifications. And then what we'll do is we'll have the rankings for the top 10 in the higher classes, top 5 in the lower classes. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow on FloatHSFootball.com. We'll have a little bit more of a breakdown, show you what's going on. But tonight we're basically revealing the rankings, telling you, hey, this is what we're starting with here, and then we'll go from week to week here. Pretty much, it may decide to go a couple of weeks before we actually do another rankings update, just so we can kind of see what the teams are doing, because we kind of get an update, kind of like what some of the college football polls have done. They kind of wait a couple of weeks, like the BCS did. They wait a few weeks, and then all of a sudden it's like, here we go. So, but we get to get into the top 10. We're going. Starting with 6 through 10, we'll go through there. 10, Dunbar. 9, Ponte Vedra. 8, Bishop Moore. 7, Rickards. And 6, Bowles. Bowles is in Class 5A now, moved up from 4A. Now they're in the same district with Ponte Vedra and Trinity Christian, which is another team we'll get here into in a moment. And I know I probably will catch some flack with that when we get to that. But, Bowles at 6. Some people are like, oh, Bowles is going to go 5-5. Bowles won't be good this year. I'm like,
how?
I'm sitting here thinking, I'm just going to totally ignore the naysayers on some of this, because you know what? Well, it's because you've gone from Corky Rogers, you went to Wayne Belcher. You went to basically a Corky Rogers protege.
There is going to be, you can't just replace a guy like Corky Rogers.
No, you can't.
If you're going to tell me Bowles with the history and the talent they have is going to go 5-5, I got a problem with that. That's interesting enough. Ponte Vedra, who was 2 points away from a state championship last year, I kind of wonder about them, because we see them at number 9, and the thing is, they lose Nick Tronte. Nick Tronte is kind of like Tebow was to Nice. Tim Tebow, I mean, really, he was that guy who did everything for them last year, and he's gone now. And to Arizona, and now you've got to replace him, and Ponte Vedra is going to have a tough task to do that. But, we see Bishop Moore, who won the state title 2 years ago, Rickards, who's always a powerhouse in Tallahassee, Dunbar from Fort Myers, and interesting enough, again, this shows you how tough 5A is. Bowles is ranked number 6, and but that's going to be the story to watch. We'll get into it more in the coaching changes, but how Bowles will come back losing a guy like Corky Rogers, because and also when you take a look at the next 5, the first 5. Do you really also realize they're in a district with Trinity Christian now? I mean, that's how ridiculous. And Ponte Vedra, they're in the same district. How about that? That's just nuts to me.
Here we go. Here you go. 5, Cardinal Gibbons. 4, Clay. 3, Jones. 2, Trinity Christian out of Jacksonville, and American Heritage out of Plantation. Number 1. Really, those first 2 should be 1A and 1B. This is pretty much. Well, you got 2 defending state champions. Of course, Trinity Christian not being able to defend 3A because they moved up to 5A, but. It would not be a far-fetched idea if we have American Heritage Plantation and Trinity Christian playing for a state championship in Orlando in about 5 months.
And that will be a pretty historic day, because not only will that be a heck of a game, but Trinity Christian will be going for the record, 5 in a row.